wasn't sleeping. And my husband's come out now as transgender. It was like someone had said to me, how many stars are in the sky? I'm like, I don't know, a zillion, a gazillion. Like, I just couldn't hold it. And I was trying to find some sanity in this bleak situation that I'd got myself into. And what I thought was, I'll just put one foot in front of each other in every moment. I'll just keep making those little tiny steps. But what happened was it got way, way worse. I ended up house sitting in over 40 houses for 3 years because I didn't have any income. So my life was a bit like Will Smith's The Pursuit of Happiness, until I got to the point where I ended up living in a tent, going to the food bank for food, and I had absolutely nothing. I felt like I was 100 years old, and I just wished that I wouldn't wake up in the morning. And not that I wanted to die or kill myself, but I just didn't have any energy left to do anything. And the turning point for me was something worse, was that I got a call from my mum to say I'm very, very ill. And even though I'm one of 8 children, I would be the only one who would be there for my mum. Like, no one else is going to do anything because they don't have a relationship with her. So I thought to myself, if I don't figure out my situation and my mum dies because I haven't found a way to get back and help her out and be there for her, I will never forgive myself. Do you know, I turned it around in like 4 days. Called all my friends, said I need money or points to get back to Australia. I was back in 4 days, and I lived with my mum in her 1-bedroom apartment for 5 months, looking after her until she got her health back, and then I started to rebuild my life. That was the turning point, was something even worse, something outside myself, because I certainly wasn't able to do it for me. And even though I cried myself to sleep at night, every night, looking at my son going, I just want to give him a swimming lesson, or I would love to actually feed him something other than lentils and rice. And one night while I held the torch, I wrote down on a piece of paper what's the most ridiculous amount of money that I could ever make in a month so we don't have to live like this, because I'd lived on $500 a month for 12 years. And I wrote down $40,000, and never thinking that I would do it. Well, 18 months later, I made $40,811 in a month. And like now, it's not even about the income, because I make very good income. It's actually about the fibre of my being and the opportunities I have to make a difference and to help people see that they can too.
That's
it was such a huge gift.
It is, isn't it, in retrospect? Okay, so I want to say again to welcome the viewers on Blog TV. Thank you very much for tuning in, because you guys have come at the right time. We have an amazing guest here, Rhiannon Rees, who's basically shelling out pearls of wisdom and not sugarcoating it, which is great. I appreciate that. For, usually people are more polite because we're on air. But no, I appreciate the fact that you're telling it like it is. But also what I want the people on Blog TV to take away from this conversation is that you can hit rock bottom. And in your case, it was like you were being smacked from all sides. I mean, you don't expect to come home one day and see your husband dressed in your underwear. And then for him to turn around and say, really, I prefer living as a girl or dressing as a girl, a female, and so forth. It must have been like, you're looking to your partner to be, in a sense, the person whose shoulder you can lean on. But, the guy's wondering whether he wants to match your handbags with your shoes on him.
Well, we'd been together for 8 years, and he was a firefighter and a surveyor and extreme skier and a mechanic, all those macho things. But the macho was actually the cover-up, but I had no idea. Like, everyone says you must have known. I'm like, I had no idea. Our relationship was fantastic. He was very masculine, very manly. And so when I came home to him in my lingerie, I just couldn't compute that. I just couldn't, my mind couldn't, what? Like, is this a sexual fetish? Is this my husband? Am I in the right house? Like, and then when he said to me, I've always wanted to be a girl, I honestly and truly, I couldn't believe it. I thought he was so traditional and conservative and all the things I'd ever wanted in a partner. This came so out of the blue that for about the next 18 months, if you had said, hi, I'm Lawaitan and I do this radio show, I'd be like, who are you really? Who are you when you go home at night? Because I'd never believe what anyone told me. Like, the level of deceit that I felt from everyone, and the fact that my whole dream life had turned upside down. Like, even though we didn't have any money, I still felt that I lived a dream because I had a beautiful boy and all of that. I thought my life was over. I thought it was ruined. I thought I'd never get another bite of the cherry. And it's probably why I don't sleep anymore.